Hello everybody, it's Moon here, and I am going to be doing a DeviantArt page coding tutorial, and I'm not a core member, so most of this tutorial is going to be for non-core members. Well, actually all of this tutorial is going to be mostly for non-core members. I mean, core members can use these coding concepts too, but if you're looking for like core member only features and stuff, then this won't be the right video for you. So, I've had a few friends ask how I do my page coding, so I just thought I'd talk about some of the little tricks I've done to get past the membership stuff and just basic coding to like tactics and such. So, we'll start with the widgets, which are these boxes on the page. Basically, how to edit your widgets is there's this button right here that says edit page at the top. You click that, and that gives you this, which is your profile, basically what your profile currently looks like with its current widgets. Some widgets you are there and you can't really take them off, some you can take off. I believe comments you cannot take off. Activity, like some of them can only go in certain zones and stuff, like feature deviations can only go in the art zone, newest deviations I believe can only go in the art zone, your deviant ID I believe can only go in this personal zone, activity I guess can only go in personal zone, or maybe, no, only in personal zone I guess. But you can put, and then this is the miscellaneous zone, like there's some things that you just kind of have to play with it to see what zones they would all go to. These are the other widgets that you can add, and they've got different categories for them. You can just click all types to look at all the widgets they have. That's usually just what I do because I don't know, I don't really know which category they're usually in. So typically when people are using page coding, they usually use these custom boxes. However, they're only for core members. So instead of using custom boxes, which basically a custom box, you can just put like whatever you want in it. So instead I use this widget, which is the featured deviation widget. And basically I uploaded this picture. I just did a drawing with my username and, you know, I just did a drawing. It doesn't matter what size it is or what you do. It can just be any drawing. And I used 500 by 50 for the resolution, but it doesn't really matter what size you use. And I disabled comments. I don't think you really have to disable comments, but I just did that and it shows up comments disabled right here. I don't think it really changes much. I don't know. And the title of the box right here is whatever the title of the image is. So whatever you want to go up here at the top of the box, that's what you title your image. And then it'll show up at the top here. And then in order to get the coding, there's this little box called description. And basically that's just where you put all your coding. The box is very small and I hate it, but it's okay. So this is where I put all my coding, and we'll talk about the coding in a minute. Then on the other side where I have my commissions and just like my art info, I guess, I have the Deviant ID custom box, which basically this picture is something that you just have set for your Deviant ID. Like you have your profile picture and then you have this picture. I don't know what they call it. I can't remember what they call it, but it's just basically another picture. And then they put your username, whatever you set your name to, some little info. Like this is just kind of basic Deviant, like this is here, just depending on what you've set your account settings to for that. That's just part of the widget. So this is going to be here for the Deviant ID thing. So keep that in mind when you're coding. And also keep that in mind for what image you want to put here. And then you just put the coding in, the same as the, this is, oh yeah, you can also edit that info here. But this is where you put your coding in the bio section. And profile picture, that's this. And then there's interests. I put some things there, but it's not really super important. If you don't put your interests in, then every time you go on your page, it's gonna say like, oh, like, let's finish your profile. And it's really annoying, so I just put random stuff in there. And then if you look on the page, it just has this little drop down with your interests on it. It's not really that important. So now to get into the coding, I'm going to make a journal to show off the coding because I don't feel like messing with my page, because the same coding works on like the page and the journal. I might go on my page for some certain things, but oh yeah, I forgot how to post journals. I'm sorry. I promise I know how to use DeviantArt. So we don't have to title it. This is just a test. So basically, let's just go over some basic codes. So to bold text, you just put these little symbols and B, and then you can just put your text blah, or that's not blah, that's not blah, however you want to say that. You can just say random things. You could go to a new paragraph, say things, talk, whatever. But just basically whenever you're done with the bold, you just put that, and that makes it stop being bold, so that when you do more text, like somewhere, then it'll stop being bold. Like this. So like, see, this text is bolded because we have this here. So this text is bolded, but because we have this here, this text is not bolded. And you can put this like anywhere you want. Like if you want to put it like this just because it looks better, that doesn't change anything. It's still, the bold just starts on this line and it ends on this line. So whatever's in between these two things will be bolded, and it'll look the same even if you put it up here and down there. It'll look the same. And I don't think it might put an extra space, because that does kind of look like two spaces. Yeah, it looks like it did put an extra space there, but it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really affect the coding itself though. And then if you want to italicize things, that's also here. And then same thing in the italicus like this. Oh, and then with journals, you have the coding. You have the coding there where you can just do it like this, but I don't think they have that for like, they don't have that for like pages and stuff, so that's why you need the coding. They just have that for the journals right now. So yeah, you can italicize things. You can underline things with the same code. You just put a U, and then that's underlined. You can combine codes. So say I want this underlined and bolded, I just put the bold symbol. I don't think the order really matters. Here lately I've been having a glitch with this, I think, where sometimes this code pops up. I don't really know. Maybe I can try putting it on the other side, I guess. I'm not sure. I've always done it like this. Okay, so I guess it wants you to put the inside on the inside and the outside on the outside, I guess. But it doesn't, I don't think it, I guess it kind of matters if that's the case, but that's just, it doesn't matter if you put the bold or the underline first or whatever, you know, you just put it down. Now my page, the first thing that I have the coding set to is I have this code. Okay, and then I have my page stuff. And then at the very end of all of my coding, I have this. And that basically makes it so that your text is centered. And so since I like my page being centered, I have that at the top of my page and then at the bottom of my page. So everything on my page is centered. And yeah, that just makes things look nice, I guess. You can also change the alignment to whatever side you want, like you can say right, that'll put it on the right. You can say left, that I'm pretty sure that's automatically on the left anyways, but you can put left and it's on the left. And yeah, that's just basically talks about the alignment of the text. And then I also have this little message about saying that like all my artwork is my own. Actually, you know, I'm gonna open my page and we can just look at, you know, my my page code as we go. So then I have this little message that all the artwork on my page is made by me. So to make it look smaller like that, because notice this text looks smaller than this text, and that is because this has a code on it, and you literally just put small in the code, little code signs, whatever you want to call those, and you just put your text there, and then you do that. And I forgot one. And it makes it smaller. And you can do that however many times you want. You can just put another code. And actually let's put them up against each other so you can see that the difference, I guess you can say. And you can just make it smaller and smaller. And then after that, I have this line here, and to make a line show up like that, you don't have to put text there, but I just want to make it clearer, I guess. You put HR, and then when you preview, there's this line here, like a divider, you know? Oh, sorry, I have like the hiccups, I think, slightly. It's like a divider, a good divider. And you can do that with your text. This is just, this isn't code, this is just symbols that I put. This I copy and pasted from, all of these I copy and pasted from my phone. So those are symbols that like my phone comes with. And then this I used the bold and some symbols and stuff. And then this is just normal centered text. And then we have this image. It doesn't do anything. If you click on it, it's just there. How you want to do that is I have this image uploaded in my gallery. And what you want to do, I have it uploaded to scraps, so it's not like clogging up my page. Oh my god, I have a lot of scraps. So it's not just like clogging up my page. Do I have it on my scraps? I might not have uploaded this one. I thought I had it in my scraps. No. Oh, no. I uploaded it. I have it in just on my page because I liked the pixel. Anyways, but that's a good way if you don't want to like clog up your gallery with page artwork and stuff. You can just put it in your scraps or in your stash. I put it in my scraps to make it easier to update it if I wanted to, but you can also put it in your stash if you want. I just like posting it better because then I can just edit it and then I don't have to like delete the original and get the new one uploaded and all that. It doesn't matter. That's assuming that you want to update your artwork as you go. If you want to just keep the same artwork on your page the whole time, that's fine. And it doesn't have to be artwork that you've uploaded. If you wanted to put like a gift someone made you here, you can still do that because it works the same way. Basically, the code is it's like, I guess it kind of looks like image source, that's how I remember it, but it's just img space src, and then you put the equals and the quotation marks, and then you do not take the link up here. This link will not work. What you want to do is you want to right click, copy image address, and then you paste that here, put the other quotation mark, end the thing, and that's the image code. And the image will show up. And note that the image will be the size that like the size of the image on your page depends on the size that you make it. You can change that. There are codes for that, like you can change the width and the height and all that. I don't really know those codes. I think you literally just add it here, like height equals 200, like let me look what so if it's 500 by 350, let's go 250 by 250 by like, wait, I think that's reverse. So let's say the width would be 250, height would be 175, I believe. I'm not very good at math, okay, bear with me here. And that's smaller. So yeah, you literally just like, you add it within these little things for this code. You add it outside of these quotation marks, but within these little less than or greater than signs or whatever you want to call them. And you can also do that with alignment. Like, this was a little confusing because I had to line these up right, because if I put, like, I think, let me look at this. I put the image first and then the art status. Originally I had the art status first and then the image, but the image the art status ended up wrapping around the image really weird and it didn't work right. So I just kind of had to move the codes around a little bit, but basically I have this aligned to the left and this aligned to the right. Or no, I have this centered still, I think, and this aligned to the right. And because the image is aligned to the right, it just kind of pushed the text out of the way automatically. It didn't go over the text, it just kind of pushed it out of the way. So then I got this look, and it doesn't look right on mobile, but it's fine. It works on my computer. Or well, it doesn't work on the mobile app, because since I have this on my DeviantID, this coding shows up on the app, but this part doesn't quite work. But basically how I did this is I aligned this to the right. Sorry, forgot my lefts and rights. And you basically just add another thing saying align equals, and then the side you want to align it to. And so then it will move the image to the side, like this. Now, let's say you want, let's just put this down here. Let's say you want this image, but you want it to be where when you click on this image, it takes you to the page that you posted the image. This is when you use thumb codes, which if you scroll down to the bottom of an image where you see like the details, you get the link and the thumb. You take thumb, copy it, paste it. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And paste it. And here it doesn't, like, here it just pastes it because we're on a journal. On your page, it'll just paste the thumb code, and then when you preview it or post it or whatever, it shows up the image, and you can, I think on your page, it'll just show up full size, like this one, or, well, that's not what this one does, but I think it'll just show up full size. On the journals, it shows up little, and you can turn it to full size, but on your page, I'm pretty sure it just shows up, or, well, actually, no, these are thumb codes. Okay, so no, they show up smaller. They show up the thumb size, so they show up, it shows up, like, smaller, the thumbnail size, so it'll show up like this. Because this is what I have these set to. These are thumb codes, so then when you click on them, they take you to these pages. Now, say you want to click on it, want to click on this picture, and I can never remember what order the code goes in. I believe the link goes first. Okay. So let's say you want to be able to click on the image, and that's weird. It just takes you to the Google thing, I guess, because you can't actually like click on it. Oh yeah, open image in new tab. So yeah, it doesn't actually take you to a page or anything. But say you want buttons like these, where if you click on the image, it takes you to another website or another page or something like that. Like this, I have buttons to go to my YouTube and all that. I have these two buttons where if you click on this, it takes you to my ref sheet for this character. I even have this button, which takes you to the ref sheet for Chi-Chi, which was not even my post, my character, and it takes you to Chi-Chi. Basically, how you do that is in front of this, you want to add the link code, which is basically, like, let's move that out of the way for a second. Basically, href, I guess you can say, and then the equals, the quotation, and then this, the link can be just like the link you want it to be. Like, let's just link Moon's, let's just link Moon's ref to it. It can be this link, that link, it doesn't really matter all that much. And you paste it. That didn't work. Hold on. I have to paste it partially because the journals like to paste things to automatically to the journals. It doesn't do that on your page, it just does that on the journals, so it's kind of annoying, but it's okay. It won't do that for you because you're just doing it on a page. There. And then you end the thing, and then you add the image, and then you have, oh, I guess it doesn't work on journals, but basically it makes it to where it makes it codes like this. Like, let's just look at it on this page. So basically it just makes, let's find one that I have. This is my social media thing. Okay, so then that's the image, and then, okay, so let's move this for a second. So this is the code I have. So then I have it's an ahref. Okay, that's why I had the code wrong. It's ahref equals, and then the quotation marks and the little signs. And you just add the link you want, and then after that you have the image the same way you normally would. And that basically makes it to where when you click the image, it takes you to this link. And I also have this little /a thing that basically just makes it so that this link stops. Like if you have this here and you put like text in it, then when you click that text, it'll take you to this link. So this A makes it to where it stops linking that link, basically. So now let's put this back. I'll just hit cancel so it doesn't mess anything up. So let's try this again on the journal. I closed out of it. I'm silly. Let's try this again on the journal, basically, to make the clickable links, or buttons, I guess you can call it. So again, you do the ahref equals, and then the link that I have to copy and paste partially because stupid journals. You just take the link. I'm sorry if this is boring. And then the image. And make sure you right click and copy image address and paste that. And then you can just do the /a. Oh wait, I forgot. You have to end the, there you go. You can also do the width and alignment and all that with this. That's what I did for this one. I did the alignment, but it takes you to my commissions page. It's a button. It takes you to my commissions page. And then you have an image where if you click on it, it takes you to the page you've linked. Now, let's say you want not an image here, but you want to be able to click on it, some text, and it takes you there. So, like, say you just put, like, moon ref, blah, 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 whatever you want to put there, and when you click that, it takes you to that link. You basically just do the same thing, but instead of putting an image, you put this. You put the text. instead of the image code, and it takes you there, and it also turns that text blue. But it basically, you just put it after, this is the link code, you put it after the link code, whoopsies, you put it after the link code, and then you put that there so that when you continue typing, that text does not also have the link. So that you'll have the link here and then normal text. So that's clickable links, or clickable text, or whatever. What else do I have here? I also just have like page, like, oh, these are pixels, by the way. These are the clickable links. They take you to the refs. They're just small because they're small pixels. Like, that's just the size of the image. And there's some clickable links. This is a link to someone's profile. How you link people's profiles and all that is you just put dev, and then their username. Like, let's use mine as an example. Dev, and then their username, and then you'll get this little clickable link to their page. And that works for groups too. So you can put dev, like the Oakland Warriors. Shout out to the Oakland Warriors, my favorite roleplay group. I love you. I'm an admin there. Come join us. So then you click that and it brings you to the group. Now, I also have this here, which is also a link to the Oakland Warriors. How you do that is with icon. You put the little colon. Do that with player names, Moondoodle7, or with groups, icon, the Oakland Warriors. And make sure you put the colon at the beginning and the end. I've left it off before on accident and it messes it up. But there, you've got this icon, which you click and it brings you to my page. And you've got the icon for the group, which you can click and it brings you to the page. And it also tells you the name when you hover over it. I just noticed, like, if you hover over, it says Moondoodle7, the Oakland Warriors. It doesn't do that because it's right there. So that's that. And I believe that might be it. This is the same thing as the other clickable links. It's just that it has this here because this link leads outside of DeviantArt. It doesn't do that with images, so like with these, you can't tell that it does that. But when you do the clickable text, if the link you put leads outside of DeviantArt, it will make it look like this. Instead of just turning blue, it'll do that. So like if I were to have this player profile is a post on DeviantArt, so it looks normal, but if I were to link to a Google Doc, like that's linking a Google Doc, or to my YouTube page or something, then it would look the same as that. So that's not a different code, that's just, it's an outside link, as you can see from this little arrow, I guess. And these are also links to folders. That's the same as clickable links and all that. These are bullets, and I don't know how to add media to a to your page. You have this add media thing when you're posting artwork or journals and stuff, where you can just click emoticons and search the emoticon you want. Like I search bullet and you get these colored bullets and you can click on them, but I don't currently know how to do that on your profile page. I don't think you can do that, but you can still use the coding for them. You can't use community emoticons, I don't think, because they don't have like specific codes. But you can use these official emoticons because they each have codes, which if you hover over them, they show you the codes. So for the bullets, you basically just put bullet and then the color. So like bullet red, bullet green, bullet blue, whatever you want. And then you get the bullets. And they work just like text, and you can like center them with the same symbols and all that, I believe. I might check that actually, I don't know. You can't like bold a bullet or whatever, but you might be able to center it. Yeah, you can, because it's centered on my page. It's centered on my page, so you can definitely do that. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, these are icons. That's the heart bullet, which is literally just heart. Like, it's kind of self-explanatory. There's some of them that are very simple codes. Like, I think there's one that's just skull. Like that. So that's those, and I think that's it for the coding. So if you have any questions about coding, then simply you can comment down below and I can see if I can answer your questions, or you can look up certain codes. There might be help on DeviantArt. You do have to be careful. There are some codes that are for only core members. Like, I believe there are scroll boxes that are only for core members that I would have loved to have for like this part of the page, so that you can just my characters and scroll through it and it doesn't go all the way down. But it's a core member only thing, so you can't just you can't use it for non-members. There's other codes that might be for only core members. Backgrounds for your things, for your widgets, are only for core members. There's a lot of stuff that's limited. Oh, and if you'll notice, I just realized this picture is the same one that I have on my little bottom of my screen here. Don't know, I can't currently see it because it's part of OBS, but it's in this general area. But yeah, that's the same image. I've just found that kind of funny. Anyways, so yeah, that's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, comment down below, or you can look it up on Google or DeviantArt. There's plenty of written tutorials out there. There might be more YouTube videos out there for help. And just, yeah,